Hello. Welcome to this episode of Product Review by Precious Kings. And in this episode, we are going to be reviewing an amazing product called Vesence. You can get to use Vesence at Vesence.com. Vesence is an agentic AI for law firms. And we are going to be going through Vesence's website, their landing page to see how this works, what their proposition is, the pricing, and my verdict as a product manager. So let's jump right in. As you can see, obviously written, it says flawless legal work every time. Now that's a very strong and unique copy. Amazing work by the copywriter or the marketer. The So AI agents in Microsoft Office that review emails, documents, projects made for law firms. So you can also see that niching down there. You just niche down. Team from Google, Y Combinator, BCG, MIT, KTH, etc. Amazing. So let's what does it actually do? Let's find out. Presence reviews your documents, emails, and projects in Microsoft Office before your client sees them. Okay. Outlook reimagined. Draft and review emails agents that can cross-check attachments, analyze complex threads, and enforce firm style guide powered by our track changes engine for precise red lines in Outlook. Okay, we kind of get what that is saying. When you craft an email, it rewrites the email following the organization's style. Okay, let's keep going. What else can this do? Agents in Word, find errors and inconsistencies in your documents, draft and align with AI powered suggestions using track changes. Again, I have some questions here now. Track changes, is it owning that document or also different versions of the document? And can it maintain thread such that if I am working on a document based off of another document that I previously worked on, let's say I'm working on an updated term sheet, can it sync the current work with the previous term sheet? Those kind of questions now have to come up. And let's say I have brief from founders and I'm maybe writing an email. Does it sync it with the brief I got earlier from them? How does that connection work? Or is it focused on just the active document at a time? Let's keep going and see my questions will be answered. The third thing here, agents that work across all your documents. Versense intelligently gathers context from multiple documents in your project, analyzing agreements, term sheets, and data to verify alignment and catch inconsistencies across your entire deal. I see. Now I think some part of the question has been answered. It means it's tracking the changes across different documents. And now it begs the question about privacy, security, and IP or data breach, particularly of our clients. For example, this for law firms, and I think law firms don't want to expose the details of their clients. So I think that's a very fine line now they have to work on. Uh-huh. Here talks about security. Built on trust, secure by design. We never train AI on data, okay. Everything runs securely in Azure, okay. Two-vertical monitoring and threat detection, okay. SOC 2 certified, Samuel and SSO certified, E2E encrypted, zero data retention, okay. I'm an engineer, and when people say zero data retention, I take it with a pinch of salt or a grain of salt because once I'm uploading my data to your platform, to your agent, it's going somewhere. It's passing through your server, right? It's going to be stored in database or something, even if it just creates an instance is deleted. But I can never trust so much. But let's keep going. Had a partnership with Cedar Quest, awesome. Raised $9 million seed round, amazing. Joined Y Combinator, and we can book a demo from here. Okay, let's see. Okay, we can only see overview and business for outlook, which you have seen. There is no pricing. There is no pricing. And okay, that shows that this product is not live. Okay, now how strong is the value proposition? I don't think the value proposition is very strong for me. I'm going to give it a 6 or a 7. How can I make it a 9 or a 10 if I'm the founder or if I'm hired as the product lead in Vesence? I would want to dial deeper on actual problems that law firms face and kind of hit the hammer harder. For example, am I solving for junior associates? Because junior associates are the ones that usually do the whole documentation, preparation, and confirmation. Am I solving for senior associates or partners, right? And again, partners have a whole different set of problems. Checking documents are not their problem. That's one. Then I would sell this as a distributed agent because a lot of law firms, I don't know how they would do this to be honest. But again, I'm curious and I'm also happy to see that they already have partnership with Cedar Quest, and I think Cedar Quest is a law firm, and this happened quite recently. But I don't know. There's a very very fine line there between diverging clients' data and using an AI in your law firm. So I think if I'm the lead for Vesence for the product side, I would focus on enterprise integration, where we deploy independent models based on what we have built to these law firms, and it becomes their in-house model. That's what I would do because of the security side of things. And again, of course, it has to be more expensive, but I think that just makes it work because instead of charging $100, $500 per month, you get to charge like $50,000, $100,000 per year managing the whole model. And again, their messaging was quite good, but we can have some improvement there. I talked about what I would do if I'm the PM. Um, for just a target avatar, I also talked about, you know, looking at the target avatars more clearly and dialing down on one. There was no pricing, so I can't talk much on the pricing. I've also talked about the approach I would take. Then for go to market, essentially, I will talk to more law firms. I'll try to go for the tier two or tier three law firms, right? And law firms that want to, I think I'll start from law firms that work with tech companies because they already know tech. So law firms that work with the VCs, right? Or with founders. I'll start that question from there because they already know about, these tech things and would be easier sell for them than more traditional law firms. Again, that data and security is a huge, huge, huge factor. And no matter how many certifications that we have here, I don't think it's ever be enough. All right, that's all. Let me know what you think about Vesence. If you're in a law firm, let me know, would you be using Vesence? How do you use ChatGPT currently? And how do you solve the problem of diverging client details while using AI? What's the thin line and how do you protect it? And that'll be all from my end in this product review. Thank you very much for watching. See you in the next one.